8:04 and I think Mountain Mike has dropped us off from the Angel Rest Hostel and we're on trail. Couple of observations this morning. Firstly, I'm a bit achy and stiff after the mountain marathon yesterday, so we'll be taking it easy up this hill. Second observation is we're going straight uphill. Third observation is my pack feels heavy because I have been packless for the last few days. Well, 5 days because I had 2 days off and then 3 days of hiking without a pack. So we'll settle into the day. I think the plan is to do maybe 16 miles, so relatively short day for us. And we've got some real highlights today. We've got McAfee's Knob, which is a real highlight for hikers on the Appalachian Trail, and Tinker's Cliffs. I'm just laughing because my knees are groaning and Charge is groaning ahead of me and laughing as we attempt to walk up this hill. So I'll come back to the other guys later in the day, but there's a lot of puffing and aching and self-recriminations going on at the moment, asking ourselves while we're putting ourselves through this is how bodies warm up and we get up this hill. On a good note, it's a beautiful day and perfect conditions for hiking.
Comes Flash. Hi Flash. How's it going?
I'm feeling a bit tired today, but I'm looking forward to McAfee's Knob.
Cool.
That's where we're heading. Just come out to the car park by McAfee Knob and a lot of cars here. Does that mean there are a lot of people up on top of the knob? Maybe, because there is an iconic photo that we want to get. I'm sure everybody understands that. But meanwhile, Charge has taken a bench and we're going to sit down and have a bit of a rest before we tackle the knob. So the path to McAfee Knob starts across the road. It's 3.9 miles of uphill. We've got to get across a really busy road first. And yeah, I'm going to give myself a pep talk and get me up that hill. 3 hours and 20 minutes in, and it's been a lot of uphill. Today's just been a whole bunch of uphill. But when you're climbing up to a knob, in this instance, McAfee Knob, of course you're going uphill. I have managed to, I've just got to yell to, there looks like there's a blue blaze down to water down, so maybe there is water down here. Sloth needs some water. I have managed to snap my walking pole. Not ideal, so I'm down to one. Oh, this is a bit fancy. Look at that grand staircase up to that 2-night camping limit shelter. Ooh, fancy. It's been an okay kind of day so far. I think backing up when you've done 26.8 miles, the next day is always going to be, a bit harder. I really hit the wall last night. I was super tired. Probably hadn't eaten enough yesterday, and I find eating when I don't want to eat really difficult. But I am on a quest today to eat as much as possible, so I'm about to eat, I think, a chocolate bar. So our plan today is it's going to be our last night in the woods. We're going to walk maybe 16 miles in total to the next shelter, or we could go a little bit further and camp. Then we've got 10, maybe less, miles to hike into Daleville, and we're going to set ourselves up in the town Daleville in a little hotel called Comfort Inn for 3 nights, and I have organised with a local shuttle driver to do what we've been doing at Angel's Rest. So we've got one 20-mile day, another 20-mile day, and our last day is a 7.5-mile day, and then we'll have to give Sloth a cuddle and send him on our way, and we head over to Roanoke for a night before we catch our flight out to Houston. So it's a plan that's coming together, and it's a plan that's going to allow us to get probably 777 miles, which is exactly 1,250 kilometres this year, which is a fantastic result and further than I thought we'd get. But just right now, in the last few days, when we're pushing miles hard, we are weary. We're weary, and all of a sudden, Virginia's decided to get sunny. So it's rained pretty much for the last 7 weeks, but now it's sunny and it's hot. So we're having to restock with water and make sure that we don't dehydrate, because I think that was an issue yesterday as well. Happily, Sloth in charge have elected to go down to get the water, and I'm sitting on the bench doing nothing, well, talking to you.
Well, I didn't bring my backpack on this flight.
And that's the shot that we're looking for. That shot. Walked 700 miles to get here for that photo. And this is how it works. Stand over here. Sloth stands up on the McAfee's knob. And actually, the drop-off's not too bad, but it's just such a
Thank you.
it's just such a iconic photograph on the AT. That's the photo you want, and we've got it. On our way to Tinker's Cliff, and it's beautiful, but getting a little bit steep. There's been a lot of bovine standoffs in the last day or two. Hi mate, not even vaguely concerned about the proximity of me to her.
Here I am on Tinker Cliff. It's quite stunning. Very steep. Yeah. Goes all the way.
Last night on trail. We're staying in the comfort Inn for the next 3 nights, but tonight we're all tucked up. Sloth's tucked up over there. We're all tucked up in the shelter. It's lovely.
It's not bad. It's a little warm, but...
"7:05 and we are on trail." I'm just looking for the little kitty cat I can see the orange leash belonging to the kitten Subway who we met last night. So we have got 10 miles into Daleville. The men assure me it's mainly downhill and flat. So we're going to smash it out and go and eat some nice food. The shelter was a pretty comfy shelter, and it was a big crew of people. It was the most people I've ever encountered at a shelter in camping. There was someone who snored loud enough to lift the roof in the shelter, which was the only down point. In fact, it was the woman in the shelter who had the loudest snore, and then the gentleman from Alabama joined in, so it was a lot of snoring. There was a gorgeous kitten in the shelter, well, not in the shelter, with a lady called Chopper, and she had found this gorgeous kitten on her way to get a Subway sandwich a few weeks ago. So this kitten is called Subway, and he walks on a little leash, and she's made him a kind of a harness out of a sock, and he does a little bit of walking, or she just carries him in a kind of wrapped in a scarf across her chest. So that's kind of cool. She says he slowed her down. But yeah, last morning in a shelter. Is it bittersweet? No, not really. I'm looking forward to sleeping in a real bed and having hot running water and a proper loo. I'll check in later. Just ran past us, and now he's just, he's eating the bush. He's not that concerned because he's eating the bush. Yeah, see ya. He's having a munch. Well, that's a first. Usually they run and disappear. They don't kind of run and then have a snack. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Yeah, I'd say. right there. We are, what does it say, Charge?
1/3 of the way to Mount Katahdin, but we're actually further.
I know, but we've walked 1/3 of the way in this trip.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Plus 9.2.
Plus 9.2.
At this stage, all we want to do is find our hotel. So it means a bit of road walking, but I know at the end there's a hot shower and a comfy bed.
It's, well, I was going to say breakfast time, but we've got Bloody Marys, beer, and iced tea. And we've ordered all of the food in the kitchen. Oh. Waiting for the Uber with our shopping. Classy. Pack liner bags for travel pack bags. Can we fit Sloth in it so we can take him home? Maybe not.
Hey,
Yeah,
no, he's got a hike to hike.
he does have a hike to hike.
There's a whisper at the door. I can't hear it anymore. Placed my ear right firmly there. Say your name if you dare.